What's good, everybody? I am the coach. Welcome into a brand new little episode, early yet short. We call it our NBA preview. Who's going to win the NBA championship? Now, last year, the Milwaukee Bucks, they're your defending NBA champion. However, as we look at the odds, they're the only third highest rated team behind the Nets in the East and the Lakers in the West. Let's bring in our betting and fantasy expert, Ameer Tyree from SportsLine. Ameer, I need you to give me a sleeper team this year that you think has good odds, good value to win the NBA championship.
Yeah, my sleeper team this year is going to be the Atlanta Hawks. They really gave the Bucks a scare last season with two of their top scorers missing over half the season. They got Trae Young. They got the great defense to make up for what he lacks. And, yeah, I think it's great odds considering they were nearly in the finals last season. More health than year.
Yeah, I think it's great at plus 4,000. But I know that's not who you're picking as your favorite. Give me the team that you look at and say, you know what? They're my squad. Who do you got?
Yeah. Even with the Kyrie controversy going on about maybe missing half the season, the Nets at plus 225 are still my favorite. They still have James Harden. They still have Kevin Durant. They've added those veteran pieces. Got Blake. LaMarcus Aldridge is back. You look at it and you look at the veteran experience they have. They're even more well-built for the long haul, a little better health. And, one shot away from maybe beating the Bucks in that series without either of their other two stars. So still really like them.
We're going to go rookie of the year. Now, last year, it was all about LaMelo Ball, plus 400. He cashed that ticket. This year, as we look at it, your favorite, Cade Cunningham of the Pistons at plus 260, and then Jalen Green, plus 300 with the Rockets. Let's bring our betting and fantasy expert, Ameer Tyree. Ameer, give me your first sleeper that you think could, if they have a good year, win the rookie of the year.
Yeah, my first sleeper for this year is going to be the Raptors' Scotty Barnes at plus 1,200. He surprised a lot of people when he jumped up in the draft, and they love him so much, and he's in a great opportunity to contribute at a high level early on. Pascal Siakam's coming back from a shoulder injury. You have Chris Boucher coming back from a finger injury, so he's going to play heavy minutes. He's their top backup, small forward, power forward. He's a triple-double threat. They're going to let him play, and he's a hustle defensive guy as well. So I really like him as a sleeper, especially if he comes on late in the year.
And I love players like that. They play really hard every single game, rookies. Plus 1,200, love that number. But give me your best bet, the person that you think has the inside track right now as a favorite for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, my favorite pick for Rookie of the Year is Jalen Green right now, just because when you look at that Rockets team, even though they have so much youth going on, they got Kevin Porter Jr. is going to get plenty of time. Hopefully Christian Wood has a healthier season this year. But they're just going to run all their young guys 30-plus minutes a game. So there's no reason Jalen Green can't score 20-plus a night on that team, which they know they're in the rebuilding process. And, I just look at the situation at Cade Cunningham. They're not going to be super ball dominant. They're not going to run their whole offense through him. They have Killian Hayes. Jeremy Grant had a big year last year, taking a lot of shots. I think he's going to be the second option on that team. He's going to chuck shots and put up big numbers. That's why Anthony Edwards looked so great last year, and he made that surge before LaMelo came back. So love Jalen Green.
So we're talking MVP. Last year, if you held a Nikola Jokic ticket, plus 3,000, that was very, very tasty. But this year, as we look at the names, here is the favorite, Luka, plus 425, then Giannis right behind him at plus 650, and then Kevin Durant at plus 700. Now, give me your sleeper, the guy that you think, well, if he has a really good year, has the potential to win the MVP.
Yeah, not necessarily that Nikola Jokic is a guy who's experienced a ton of voter fatigue, but at plus 1,200 as the reigning MVP, really like those odds, especially with Jamal Murray maybe not playing at all / only in the back end of the year. If he gets them in that middle of the Western Conference 4 or 5 seed, given the backcourt they have going on, there's no reason he can't put up the exact same numbers he put up last year, if not better. Going to be a super efficient shooter. He's going to still run the offense from the post, high scorer. He's going to be a leading rebounder, leading assister. It's really hard not to like him. If he puts together the same healthy year as last time, he's going to be in that top 3. He's going to sneak up in the conversation.
Yeah, and I love that number, too, at plus 1,200. Now, give me your best bet for this year's most valuable player.
My best bet for this year was my best bet from last year, which is Luka Doncic, plus 425. Looking at Kristaps Porzingis is going to start hopefully from the beginning of the year this time around. He ended the last year with a meniscus. And actually, Luka Doncic's numbers were better with Kristaps than they were without him. So hopefully he can space the floor a little bit more. And you look at him, he's becoming that perennial first team all NBA guy. It's only a matter of time. Everyone's looking at the shift of him becoming that next top guy in the NBA alongside Giannis and a couple other guys. So they didn't get any major pickups in the offseason to really help him out. So he's going to continue to carry the whole load on the offense. where other guys have, put together their cluster of stars, where he's still the main guy running the show over there.
Yeah, he got a lot of love and he got a lot of respect this summer as he played well as well. I want to start with the Spurs on team win totals. What do you like with San Antonio?
Yeah, I really like over 29.5 wins at -110 for San Antonio. Yeah, it just seems like a really low ball number given who Greg Popovich is. They won 33 despite all the controversy and losing LaMarcus Aldridge and their young guys. Top guard DeJounte Murray. Their core is going to keep coming back with a coach like Greg Popovich winning under 30 games, even in the West. It's a little bit of a stretch for me.
All right, let's go north to Memphis. What do you like with the Grizzlies?
Yeah, Memphis, I really like their over 41.5. I actually just watched them play last night against Charlotte, put up 100+ in 3 quarters. Jaren Jackson's all the way back with his meniscus. They got Steven Adams. John Morant set to have his first All-Star season after dealing with an ankle sprain last year. Have Dylan Brooks. So many guys are going to come back. And, given they were right at like that 39-ish mark in a shortened season, I think they get there this year.
Boy, they're a lot of fun to watch play, too, as well. All right, now, I know you have a really good team that you like their win total. Which way are you going with the Phoenix Suns?
Yeah, coming off their NBA Finals run last year, over 50.5 wins, -110 for the Suns. Watch them play the Lakers. Don't make too much out of preseason, but I assume they're going to bring back DeAndre Ayton, get all that squared away. Just like the same championship build they had last year. Chris Paul's still the same guy. Everyone's waiting for his decline. Still playing like a star. You have Devin Booker. They have those complementary pieces still, where a lot of other teams are shuffling around with no Jamal Murray. And you look at the Clippers, no Kawhi Leonard. A lot of those top teams are shuffling, figuring out chemistry. They have all the exact same pieces.
Yeah, and that's why these win totals are so important, because you start in late October, November, December. Those are hidden wins in these futures bets. So we're going to go Spurs over 29.5. We're going to go Grizzlies over 41.5, and the Suns over 50.5 in the NBA. The Defensive Player of the Year, an award that's been dominated by Rudy Gobert. He's won it 3 separate times. What do you like here?
Yeah, I like Rudy Gobert to go ahead and bring it in for a 4th time at +350. Great odds for the favorite. I think just given how effective their defense has been able to be with him shutting down the interior, and they like to spray the ball from the outside. He's a big part of why that team is so versatile and able to put the shooters on the floor. He stops everything. I think his odds are only going to be less favorable throughout the year. So 3 times are going to be high up. Guys like Ben Simmons. Will he play for the Sixers this year? That really gets him a bump down. And Joel Embiid having to do more work with no Simmons out there, another defensive guy. So Rudy's going to continue to be the anchor.
Yeah, we call it the early edge for a reason. Get that number at the best number you can. All right, moving on. Most improved player. Who do you like here?
Most improved player. I really like Kevin Porter Jr. here, coming in at +1,200. Last year we saw him go ahead and score 50 points. They're essentially handing the keys to the offense over to him, even with Christian Wood and Jalen Green there. I think he's going to continue to get higher shot volume. Not necessarily saying he's the next James Harden, but they're going to put the ball in his hands. He's going to get a lot of shots, and I think it's more of more opportunity for him as opposed to less talent. And a lot of people thought he was a lottery guy before, and now he puts a whole season running an offense 30+ minutes a night. He gets that exposure.
All right, 20 seconds or less. Give me your assist leader this year.
My assist leader is James Harden this year, with Kyrie maybe missing 60% of the season and James Harden averaging 10.5 assists with KD and Kyrie. There's no reason he can't average 11 again this year on the favorite team and all that offense.
Yeah, we cashed him all year last year, and we're going to do it again this year as well. Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year. Porter Jr., Most Improved Player. And James Harden, he will be your assist leader. This is The Early Edge, powered by SportsLine.